Hello, folks. Welcome back to Stranded Survivors. My name is Matt, one of your co hosts, and I'm wishing you a happy new year.
And my name is Jericho. I'm also a co host of the Stranded Survivors podcast and would love to also wish you a happy new year. So, Matt, kind of the thing, our topic for this week is going to be, kind of the updates that Ark and Wildcard has given us and, just kind of our New Year's things and kind of how we're looking to grow Stranded Survivors and how, kind of maybe we're looking to grow personally, different things like that. So, how have you been, first off?
Man, holidays are busy, dude. They are real busy. And I'm exhausted. I'm completely ready for everything to be, you know, all done, back to normal. I don't want to go back to work because it's been nice having a little breaky poo, but I'm sick of driving. I drove like 600 miles over the course of 2 days or three
Oh,
days.
gosh.
Yeah, all over the state, every finger of the mitten. So lots of around time. It's nice to finally stop for a day or two. You realize how tired you are.
I agree with that. Honestly, we've been pretty busy too.
Yeah,
Holidays, like you said, man, they're just honestly extremely so busy. It just gets kind of chaotic.
yeah, it really does, man. What about you? How are your holidays?
Honestly, it was good. So, not to brag or anything, but I do have to say this just because I'm pretty excited. So, my wife's I'd say family friend is like getting married in March, like near March, and we got for Christmas like a we got plane tickets to Arizona.
Hey, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, fun.
That's awesome, man. So where in Arizona is it gonna be in one of the like citier parts? Is it gonna be close to the desert where you can explore some stuff, or like what's going on with that?
So I think it's like we're there for like 5, 6 days or something. I think total. And so we're gonna stay in Mesa, which I heard is like a pretty banging spot. I don't know. That's just what everyone's told me. I've really not even looked it up much. And we're gonna stay one night in like Sedona because there's like really apparently cool things there. So I don't know, but that's kind of what we're doing.
Do you know what kind of cool things, or is it just hearsay?
You know, it would say if I was to look at the Airbnb that we were going to stay at.
But for now, it's one of history's mysteries, eh?
Yes.
Oh snap! I want to say too, while we're here in the beginning of the episode, before I forget, this episode is gonna be uncut, so you're gonna hear some background noise. You're gonna hear some, my fidgeting and bumping the mic and stuff. But due to the fact that holidays make a tight, constrained schedule here, we're gonna try to pump this one out. It's gonna be edited, of course, but it'll be uncut. So please forgive the background noise. Thank you for your cooperation.
From Stranded Survivors.
Yes. So, without further ado, my man, what a lot has happened. First off, a lot has happened. The last time we talked, it was
Yeah.
like the very beginning of the winter event. So, a lot's changed since then. How was the winter event for you? Did you get anything? Did you get everything you wanted from Raptor Claws?
Well, sad part is I kind of just got to watch videos on Raptor Claws. I didn't do a lot with Raptor Claws. I mean, honestly, I didn't play a lot due to the holidays, but I will say for what I did is I started making this like, at least in my opinion, a really cool little like cabin type thing with like a chimney. I started putting stockings and different things on it, which I never even got to anything else after that. It was just kind of a building, and I was kind of trying to hide it, like from people, so nobody would know where it was. And then I was gonna make a big reveal. But then turns out I never got on. But in the middle of me making this, some guy just came through the woods with a Bronto and like completely just opened my base so everyone could see it.
Oof, was it me?
Yeah, it was.
I was gonna say, wait a minute. That sounds eerily familiar. Yeah, I was gathering berries for the baby megatheriums, and all of a sudden I'm like, wait a second.
There's a base back here.
I spy with my little eye.
So honestly, that's all I've really been up to in Ark. I have not really done much. I seen the cool colors, but I didn't really tame anything with it. I just been kind of laid back a little bit, or at least that portion of it. How about you? What if like how has your Winter Wonderland event gone?
Man, I very similarly to you did not play a whole lot during the Winter Wonderland. I started really strong, like real gung ho with the I don't want to play other games. I just want to appreciate the multipliers and blah 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 blah. So I started really strong. Everything was great, but our server got a little bit toxic as far as like the event started going and stuff like that. People were stealing presents from each other. Um, and the one thing that really did it in for me and killed my motivation was because I was talking to everybody. I was hunting a Raptor Claws chibi. That's all I wanted. Only thing I wanted. And I finally got to a present before anyone. Because I'm just on an Argent, man. These people are on bugs. They're flying faster than I am, doing
Yeah.
their thing. We didn't realize till the end of the event that the candy colors you can make give a plus 5% speed to your flyers. So I'm just getting outclassed by everybody who's like way more prepared.
Wow.
Yeah, and I finally get to a present. I open it up, and my inventory's been really glitched lately. Like I can't do the left bumper collect all thing. For some reason, it just doesn't cooperate with me. So I have to go through and select each item individually. And as I'm doing that, I got 2 out of the 4 items, and then somebody flies down on a bug and just collects the rest of the inventory, snags the rest of the present, and then proceeded to say in the chat that they got the Raptor Claws chibi. And I was like,
No.
you monster.
That's absolutely terrible. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and it was a tribe that people have been having beef with lately, and I said something and somebody said it was like the third or fourth time that that had happened on our server. So like unfortunately the toxicity was real, and that kind of killed my motivation. I have sort of stepped away, and I unfortunately to admit popped a whole bunch of babies, potted them up, and then spent the rest of the event playing Baldur's Gate 3.
Well, hey, at least you tried the event, right?
I did, and shout out to him, our main man Aloe. He when I stopped by the other day to give him some like Rexes and stuff like that, and do some stuff with him, he gave me a Raptor Claws chibi that he had gotten out of a drop himself.
Oh,
Yeah,
how nice.
yeah. So I was super appreciative of that, and I did end up ending with one. So it's a win at the end of the day, but I didn't get to do it a whole lot, unfortunately.
Yeah, I feel you. Like I said, I tried for a little bit to do it, and the stupid gifts, man, people just took them every single time, and I just gave up. To be honest, I at least did it 10 times, and I'd beat people to a gift, and then they would just take it. So I just gave up.
Absolutely, it's you know totally unnecessary, and it is the toxic aspect of the PvP community, or the PvE community. I mean, that excuse me, hiccup there. It's the toxic aspect of the PvE community that we've talked about in the past, where people can't kill each other, and in PvP you would have just been sniped off of the present, and I would have been sniped off the present or eaten by the bug, and it never would have been a problem. But in PvE they can't do that, so people got to find other creative ways to be, dinguses.
Yeah, honestly, you're not wrong. And I mean, like you said, they can do it in PvE, but PvP, that probably won't happen because you get killed.
Oh yeah, body slammed.
That's right.
So lots has happened aside from just the event. Things have been going on, lots of news, lots of changes to metas we had prepared for, timelines we had prepared for. So do you want to give us a little and let us know what's going on?
Yeah. So, kind of the first thing here, I just want to say thank you, Wildcard. Honestly, you guys have surprised us. 2024, you came in banging with these new updates, and you have seen people's feedback of how things are going and how the community is not pleased right now, and how the community is kind of divided. So, I felt like you guys addressed a lot of those things with what you guys told us in this last little post that you guys put out. So, here we go. Here's the post. So, there's about to be a new calendar on the wall, and we've filled it with content for a Dynamite 2024. Before we step away for New Year's celebration and a quick recharge, we'd like to share our first quarter schedule for the coming year. January. Full server transfers on official servers across all platforms. Once enabled, players will be able to download items and creatures onto the map without restriction. That is great. And even though we are PvE, it gives us so much like aspect to go around to different servers and be able to trade. Like I'm pretty excited.
Absolutely. It has been like a nightmare on our server's been great. I'm not complaining, but it has been a nightmare with some tribes to trade with them because people for some reason think that, their dinos that they can get to poop out an egg every 26 hours is liquid gold. So I'm excited to have access to tribes that are a little more equipped to do trades that I'm looking for.
Yeah, and I honestly, this is kind of a little off tangent per se, but like, I haven't been playing as much PvP, but I'm really kind of excited to get back into PvP because now you can actually go off of your server and you're able to raid people. You're able to use your dinos that you've, spent a long time now. But this is also earlier than what they projected, correct?
Yes, much earlier.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of scary for some PvP tribes because did Xbox and PlayStation actually get the same amount of like everything, like resources and times and events and everything as the PC got? Like, are they actually going to be able to be up to par? I don't think they got a fair play.
I don't either. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think I think they're doing their best to close the gap, but I just think that it's hard. Like we talked about it before, the long time that they got, just that amount of time, you could accomplish a whole lot in that time frame, and I just don't see how the gap is gonna be closed ever. You know what I mean? It's gonna always constantly be a back and forth a little bit. There's gonna be some give or take, but I think we're gonna be seeing this issue for a long time because it was created, right at the birth of the game.
Yeah, and honestly, which sucks that it happened like that. And, we've talked about it, kind of what we thought our conclusions and different things could have been. But, I mean, this is where we're at now. And PvP players on Xbox and PlayStation, I'm sorry. You guys probably better figure out how to ally up with the PC tribe. Otherwise, for PvP, you guys, I think you're done, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah. If you don't ally up and, at least get the leg up with trades or, join another tribe and then go off on your own eventually, like those are going to be about the only things that help you close that gap because it's going to be ugly for people that are like even the people that are buying the game now, you know what I mean? If you buy the game today on, the beginning of the year, you are so far behind PvP wise. PvE you can always catch up, but PvP you are light years behind everybody right now. And it's not to scare you away. I'm not trying to say don't try, you know what I mean? But like I'm just saying come in with a game plan because it's going to be tougher for you than it would have been, and the PC people are going to be dominating. I can confidently say that I bet money 75% of all alpha tribes you'll see are, PC based in the owner.
Yeah, I'd say I'm very confident in that too because PC just overrules. I mean, honestly, this is the Chinese people on Ark are like some of the biggest tribes. Like I just see it, and they're all PC players.
Yeah, and like to be completely honest with you, I have always played on, for some reason I don't know why because I hate myself and I love lag. I have played on European servers for a majority of
Mhm.
my experience with Ark, and that's not dissing Europeans or anything like that. I'm just saying because I'm a North American, so like it's just a big ping difference usually. But I have never really interacted too much with tribes that don't speak English, with tribes that you can't communicate with easily or that are non-cooperative. So like it's just been new to me to excuse me, goodness, I'm choking over here. It's just been new to me. It's been a new experience as far as some of the people that I'm seeing dominate the servers.
Yeah, I agree. I think that, just server domination in general is very split. It's not just, your Xbox, your PlayStation. Like there's PC people, like you said, that we have the language barrier with or that just don't want to listen to you. It's just a different variety compared to being on console only.
Absolutely. And I think that adapt and overcome. as Ark players always do and always have done. It's just a learning barrier right now. I'm excited to see where things are going in the future. Like you said, shout out and love to Wildcard because they have accomplished a lot. They're addressing our concerns. They are taking it seriously and, treating us like the adults that we are with valid concerns like we have.
Yeah. So again, shout out to you guys. So Matt, February. You know what's happening in February?
February. How could I not know what's happening in February? I am very excited for this center to be released.
Man, the center. This map, one of my favorite maps. I know it's one of your favorite maps, if not favorite map.
Absolutely.
And this map is just going to be a game changer. Like Scorched Earth was the one supposed to be out second, and Scorched Earth has been delayed, or like they're not releasing until March, which is just another month for all you Scorched Earth lovers out there. Which I honestly don't know if there's many,
Boo.
but if there is, the center's coming out, and along with the center and all these new possibilities with the center, because it is different now based on UE5. Like there's a lot of improvement, and I'm wondering if there's going to be different caves. Kind of wondering, just imagining a couple different things. But the Giga Raptor is also going to come out with the center. What do you think?
Yeah, Gigantoraptor, I think it is.
Yeah.
It is definitely going to be a game changer. I think that I don't know like enough about it as far as how effective its utility is going to be for PVE versus PvP. Uh, I am excited to. Do you have that information? Like the dossier information, has that been released yet?
Yeah, it has, but I don't know it off the top of my head.
Perfect. Well, since this is an uncut one, we're not gonna waste the time pulling it up right now, but you can go check that out. They have released the dossier, which is going to give a lot of information as far as how it's going to be utilized. And I think that anytime there's a new dino, it's tough because they have to find a way for this content to not only fit into the game, but you have to avoid killing content elsewhere. You know what I mean? Like, sure, there's progression, and maybe it can be a part of a progressive step. Like, a pteranodon becomes dead content as soon as you get an argent and a wyvern and stuff like that eventually when they're released. You know what I mean? So, this
Mm-hmm.
Gigantoraptor could be a nice stepping stone. It could be like an end game for a certain niche use. Like I'm excited to see how it's utilized. And I'm also excited to see somebody try to take it into a boss battle because it seems like, we can take rhinos, therazinos, and I've heard of someone trying it with Ankies. It didn't work out, or maybe it wasn't Ankies. It was some weird herbivore that did not work well, but at least they tried it. And I'm excited to see a Gigantoraptor boss fight.
Yeah, I'm wondering if you're able to do that or not, because they're going to be, like a Giga, so they're huge and Gigas aren't allowed. But I will say the only thing I do know about these creatures is that, from what I'm understanding, from what I've seen, is that you're able to, that Deinonychus, you remember
Yeah.
those? You're able to take this Gigaraptor thingy's eggs
Okay.
and run away, is from what I'm understanding.
That could be
I don't know
spicy.
where they're going to put that. Where are they going to put that on the center?
Um, you know, I'd have to fire up Survival Evolved and, mess around on there to theory craft that a little bit. But I think that off the top of my head, man, that's a great question. I would have to say the Redwoods probably somewhere. Just off the top of my head, I would say the Redwoods, but I know there's probably a more applicable spot that I just can't think of.
Hmm. I mean, honestly, I agree. Or maybe there's like some, in the middle of the jungle, I don't know. Who knows?
Man, wouldn't that be wild if they had it in a spot that was easily accessible or unexpected? Like the jungle would be great because there's usually, a Rex is the scariest thing you're going to run into in the jungle unless you're extra unlucky.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
What else do we have here, bud?
So we got the Scorched Earth, you just kind of being in March, and the Frontier Pack coming with it. I mean, we didn't really talk about that much, but
Boo.
honestly, I don't think there's a lot to talk about there
No.
because we both are not fans of Scorched Earth. The only thing cool with Scorched Earth is going to be the Wyverns, and that's the only thing I'm looking forward to.
100%. Once the Wyverns come in, it's going to be a total game changer, and it's going to not only impact, PvE and PvP, but I think you're going to see a big influx of people coming in at that point, because a lot of the new people coming in are seeing the game on Twitch, they're seeing the game on YouTube, and checking out the cool things that draw them in. It's always one particular event. If it's not the dinos, then it's like, oh, I saw this particular video on YouTube and thought it was cool. And I think once you see the wyverns, it's pretty tough not to feel pretty cool, especially on a PvP server, when you can just, pick up a rider on a medium dino and just fly off with them and drop them from the sky. Like, that makes you feel pretty cool.
Yeah, that's fair. I think the wyverns, like you said, they're just a huge game changer and very kind of the most exciting thing coming, other than the center. I love the center.
Absolutely. I'm really excited for that. Once the center comes out, I appreciate it to death, but we got to have the boss battles beat before the center comes out, because I'll probably never come back to the island.
You know, at this rate that we're going with everything, one, we need to get some more tribe members, and two, we need to be more active, and three, that's going to be very hard.
I don't think it'll be as hard as you think it is, because we have the Rexes. QC Survivor's been going hard on our Rex breeding, and I'm pretty confident we have the Rexes. We just need to get the saddles, and we need to get like the riders. We need to get the tributes and stuff. So I think we're there. It just now is the time for us to like you said, being active and being involved is definitely step 1 and step 2, but I feel like we have everything. Now's the time to start grinding so we can get the bullets and the guns and everything we need. I think we can do it. The dragon's the only one I really, not to be a pessimist, I don't know if we have the ability to do the dragon yet. I've heard that's way harder.
Yep. Yeah, me too. I've heard like that you absolutely have to have like an insane shotgun and like 400 clips each.
I'd believe it. I mean, it said somewhere that I was reading that they went back to the fact that like when the dragon hits you with a fire breath attack, it is now 20% of your tame's total HP, I believe.
Oh, what?
I think I read that. I could be, maybe it was a fever dream, who knows, but that sounds right to me. And that's wow, that's, you got 5 breath attacks, 5 breath attacks and it's over.
Yeah, that's not good.
I mean, granted, that's just if they hit, and not every Rex and Rider and stuff will be hit by every breath attack. So, like, there's a lot of asterisks in there, but still, that's nothing to shake a stick at.
Yeah. So, I mean, kind of talked about the little updates they've had here in the last little bit, but I would say the next biggest thing that we need to talk about is our goals for Stranded Survivors in 2024.
Booyah, baby. I'll let you go first. I mean, I know you handle a lot of the social media stuff. You handle a lot of our videos and all that stuff. So I'm going to let you touch on that first before I talk about what I plan.
So, I will say that fully, of course, none of this is set in stone, and it's just kind of things that I would like to happen, and I'll kind of try to set some good goals too, right? So I would say the first goal is for me, or for the Stranded Survivors, is I really want to be able to post a YouTube short and TikTok every single day. I mean, don't you think that's pretty realistic?
Every day?
Every day, a YouTube short or a YouTube short / TikTok.
I think it's both realistic and ambitious, my friend.
Okay.
It would just require, me to be actually productive and help you with that, providing you content to use, because that's pretty daunting task,
Yeah, and think that I can do it. One, so what I've been doing is I've been scheduling videos out like ahead or whatever of content, and just coming home and doing a couple like 3-4 videos trying to get it done if I can, So like for example, right now I have till January 4th, which is only a few days.
Right.
But I'm ahead of the game right now, and I'm be able to continue working ahead. And before this, I had like a 5-day in a row just posted one. So I'm hoping to do that at least, every day if I can. 365 days, man.
Look at you go. I think you can do it. I believe in you.
Thanks. So, other than that, something is this one I would say is maybe a little ambitious, and I'm not going to commit to this one, but I will commit that every day for TikTok and YouTube Shorts is I would love to um honestly get a YouTube video out at least once a week and then do our podcast posted that same week if possible.
Okay.
And because I really want to elevate our game and the content, I feel like we need to get more good content out there. And along with this, something that I kind of wanted to bring up to you was I really want to do like a for say maybe like a let's play or like hey, Stranded Survivors tries this and we do like a server or something for like 2 weeks and like see how we can do on different mods, try out different mods, maybe give them ratings, see how our time is because we're not good. So maybe we'll do some PVE and maybe we'll do some PVP and we'll see how it goes.
Okay. See, look at that. Being creative and just ready to take us in a new direction. That's why you're in charge, Jericho. That's why you get paid the big bucks.
Shoot, big bucks eventually, right? No. But so those are kind of some of my big goals. And then I want to get like to at least like I'm hoping for 150 subs on YouTube. We have 70 or something right now. So I'm hoping for 150. It's about double what we have, which is, but I think it's doable.
Absolutely.
Um and I want to attempt to post on Twitter at least every other day or X every other day is one of my main goals because I kind of struggle with posting on there right now. So, and I also really want to build a community of like people in the Discord and like get just a continually growing community. I think our community is absolutely amazing right now, and I've loved just the growth and the people in there talking and being active in the chat. I really appreciate all you guys and that aspect. So continue doing that. Invite your friends. I
Yes.
really want that to grow. And then I would say, that's kind of like the biggest things that I want to do. I just kind of, I'm really looking forward to just everything that we kind of, have planned. And who knows? Who knows? Probably not. Maybe down the road, we'll see how it goes. Maybe we'll have a server. I don't know.
I would like to eventually do that. It's just hard, you know? Like, a lot of the draw for the game, does lie in official for me. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it's hard, but I would eventually like to get out a server that we can, play with people. That would just require enough people to be interested in it. You know what I mean?
100%.
And I think that will come with this growth that, we're talking about because as the podcast grows, as the Discord grows, we're going to start to see more and more people that are going to be, wanting to play with us and be more engaged in the game, not just on the Discord. Because our Discord's doing fantastic and I love to see it. It's just,
Yeah.
we're not seeing people that are sitting here being like, oh man, I really wish you guys had a server we could play in together.
Yeah, we're not seeing that. We're seeing a lot of active people in the chat, but nobody's saying anything about the private server. Maybe they have their own servers. Like you said, maybe even people have the same draw as you do towards official. So it's not like we're saying like you have to tell us you want a server, but if you do, let us know and maybe we can see what we can work out.
Yeah, we can't do anything about what we don't know. So if you are one of the people that's like, oh man, I would play with you guys if you weren't on official, then remind me. I got the memory of a small child. I can't be trusted.
And I would say the last things that I kind of want to get with, at least that I remember, I'll probably randomly interrupt you or something and shout out something else. But kind of something that I want to, go is I want to interview a lot of creators. Honestly, I enjoyed interviewing Nettie. We did trivia with Aaron. And like those were like really, I enjoyed that time. I'm very much looking forward to interviewing more creators and just growing our brand within the content creator community. And that's one of the big goals that I have for us.
Absolutely. and a lot of my goals are overlapping with yours. That's why we're the dream team. I really
Mhm.
want to see the Discord grow. I want to see our Discord hit 100 members. I know that that's very, very doable because we already got up to, what are we, over 50 now?
I think we're at 42.
42. Okay, so we're over 40, and we've only been doing this for 11, 12 weeks. So I think that it's extremely possible to hit 100. I'm going to do a stretch goal, and I'm going to say I want our Discord to hit 200 people by the end of the year.
Wow. Honestly, I do think it's doable. I mean, we got a really active community now. If they continue doing what they're doing, I don't see why anybody wouldn't want to join.
Right. I mean, yeah, it's awesome. I mean, there's people that we've even got people that just started talking about other games. So like our other game section is now starting to blow with people talking about Daisy, and if you play Baldur's Gate, we got people, so I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on for people that are Ark related, un-Ark related, just social. You want to build some friendships with like-minded people? The Discord is your place to be.
Yeah, the Discord is awesome for the 25th time. I will tell you that again and again.
Yep.
And the final and last thing that I have before I kind of want to get into your thing, I just remembered what it was I want some of our videos to be with other content creators. So if you're a content creator listening to this, let us know. And I would love to collab with you guys on any sort of video you guys have and kind of work out, just what you guys want to do. Because I want to grow with you guys. I want to build a community. So, Matt, what
Absolutely.
is your goals for 2024 for the Stranded Survivors?
I mean, like I said, one of them was to get 200 in the Discord. The next thing that I would like to see for our podcast is, I don't know how to word it. I guess the way that I'm going to word it is community events. You sort of touched on it a little bit with, creating a private server or something like that. I want to have shenanigans with large amounts of people. So once our Discord grows and we have, 20, 30 people that are actively looking to do something together, it would be really cool for us to, do an entire game, like a private game of survival of the fittest, or shucks, even if we caught 12 people and we went and did some private matches of Halo. Like, I just want to have the community get involved, and I want to see people continue to grow these friendships. So it all boils
Yeah.
down to, I want to do things with more people. I want to meet more people. I just want more people to be as excited about the game as I am. It's hard because I nerd out about it all the time, and nobody in like my real life cares. So I'm sitting here like, "Da, da, 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 da." And I want more people to nerd out with.
Yeah, I agree. I think that, I'm kind of the same way. Like, people ask me what I'm up to. And honestly, lately, reason that I have not played Ark is because I've been, trying to post content for everyone. And then, it gets a little busy sometimes. And, in my real life, though, it's like, people ask me what I'm doing. I don't even want to tell them because people really don't care about the dinosaur game. I want people to care with us.
Yeah, be excited with me. I got a
Yes.
baby that has cool colored feathers. Come look at it with me.
Yes.
It's the plight of the Ark player. I feel like every game that's got their cult following like Ark does, that we all face that same problem. RuneScape is the same way. You can get this really amazing drop that's 1 in 50,000, but nobody cares. I mean, I care. I care. Let me rephrase that, but
Yes.
you know what I mean. I'm not gonna be like, babe, babe, come look at my sword.
Yep. Yep.
She's a good sport about it, so she'd at least entertain me, but
There.
man. Aside from, all jokes aside, my other goals for the podcast, I would like to do collaboration as well. Um I want to do I want to be included in somebody else's project, I guess is what it boils down to. I was trying to think of how to mince the words, but I want Stranded Survivors to be a name that somebody is going to be like, oh man, we need someone to talk to about this. Who should we talk to? I want Stranded Survivors to be one of their first thoughts.
Wow. Honestly, I really actually like that. I would love that in general to be able to be the one. You're like, wow, we don't know a lot about this topic. Let's go talk to Matt and Jericho. Let's go talk to the stranded survivors and kind of see what they have and what their thought is.
Yeah, that would be great. Um, Man. And then in game, of course, for the Stranded Survivors tribe, my in game goal for 2024 is to have us beat every boss battle in 2024. I want us to do
Yeah,
alpha of all of them.
that will be absolutely insane because there are going to be a lot of maps out by the end of 2024.
There are. And, if we can get the big numbers that I'm hoping, we're going to eventually have more and more people joining. And, ipso facto, we're going to get this done. It's just going to require bodies and it's going to require time and effort. And I really think that we're going to get there.
Yeah, I do believe that it is an achievable goal.
Yeah, that's really all I got as far as goals, though. I'm a simple man.
Well, just had to kind of remind you, as apparently we both kind of forget things.
Oof.
Is, one big thing that you kind of told me, just that, for the little 2-minute conversation that we had before the podcast here, was you wanted to interview someone. I just, can't quite remember who.
Yeah, that's right. So, once again, memory of a small child. I want to interview an Ark developer. I want somebody who is actually in charge of this project that I have fallen in love with and that has become an integral part of my DNA. I want to pick their brain. I want to know, what they've done. I want to know how they got there. I want to know where they're going. I want to know. I want to pick and ask and ask. So, any Arc developers or PR people, or if you have a job at Wildcard as a janitor, as anything, I have questions for you. So, and I'm not trying to pry for information to leak, and I'm not trying to get anything that you're not supposed to tell me. I genuinely want to know about the atmosphere, and I want to know, the same questions that I asked Nettie in the other episodes. I want to ask you those types of things. So I must know.
Yeah, I think that would be the biggest thing that we've ever done. And I would be so ecstatic to just be able to interview someone like that because I don't think anybody's ever done that. For Stranded Survivors to be the first person to do that would be amazing.
And I'm sure that, I like to toot my own horn, and I'm sure that there's some developer out there who would, be ecstatic to do that for us. I just wonder how tight lipped Wildcard keeps them because it is, it's a dog eat dog world out there, to be totally honest with you. And the simple thought, I'm sure, of one of their developers accidentally saying something that they're not supposed to, is probably pretty scary to them as a developer. So I bet they have a pretty tight leash on who's able to do what, where, when, and how.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. I think that they do keep kind of everything close knit or, whatever that, these people really aren't supposed to do it unless it's certain people that ask certain questions.
Yeah, and that's probably got to be something that's, pre-set up and agreed upon, and that's probably a lot of behind-the-scenes politics, I would assume.
Yeah, I would assume.
So what's next, buddy?
So, I just kind of, we're kind of wrapping things up here. We've had a great 2023 season for Stranded Survivors. And something I just want to do personally, I want to call out a few content creators who I want on this podcast. So I'm going to call out Raz Clark, Mr. Miola, for sure. Those are the top two I'm going to call out. I'm going to call out King Daddy DMAC. I want you on the podcast. I want anybody and everyone to get on this podcast. You heard it here on the Stranded Survivors podcast. We want you. I'm calling you out to be on this podcast in 2024, so you better do it.
Oh yeah, don't you tell us no, young men, women, and fellow humans.
And kind of along with that though, is I just really wanted to kind of end, I would say, at least start ending it here with just, no, we're very thankful people, you and I are, but
Absolutely.
I just still wanted to just give a shout out. Like, shout out to everyone that watches the YouTube videos and TikToks that I shorts and TikToks that I post every day. Shout out to the people that look at the Twitter. Shout out to the people that retweet on Twitter. Shout out to everyone that interacts with us on the Discord. Anyone that's in our tribe. Like, or even if you're not in our tribe, shout out to anyone. Like, just shout out to you guys for supporting us. Our 2023 season, honestly, I didn't know how it was going to go when we started this Ark podcast. And, we've always wanted to start it up. We finally decided to start it up this year, or like last year, technically now. And it has blown me out of the water. I'm normally one to not be interested in things for a long time. And I just love this podcast. I love the community we're building. I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for all you guys that support us.
Absolutely. Yeah, you guys are fantastic, and I didn't know what to expect either when we started this project. So the fact that, it still blows me away. I understand we're 12 weeks into this, and, we've got a decent following, and it's probably never going to be normal for me, but it amazes me that people want to sit here and listen to me ramble about a video game that I love this much. So shout out to you guys for being here. You guys are fantastic. We literally couldn't do it without you and wouldn't do it without you. So thank you. And I know that we never talked about either. We didn't do an episode last week. So for those of you that are dedicated fans that are, looking every week, sorry about that. But holidays and all, we wanted to spend time with our loved ones and be present and engaged for these moments. So now we're back. We're on schedule. We have a new year. You've heard Jericho's plans here for our scheduling for content releases. And I don't see anything in the foreseeable future that would prevent us from putting out consistent content. And, I'm really excited to see where we're going. It's going to be a great year for Ark. It's going to be a great year for Stranded Survivors. And it's going to be a great year for us as people.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a great year. 2024, Stranded Survivors, Matt and Jericho, everything to the moon.
To the moon. Rick and Morty, million episodes. It's gonna be good, man. Do we have any other news or anything, or is it about that time for us to wrap up our short and sweet return to, maybe we'll call it season 2, being 2024? Maybe the short and sweet introduction to season 2 of Stranded Survivors.
Yeah, maybe, maybe we'll call it season 2. I guess, if you did last this long, thank you yet again. It might be season 2. You heard it here kind of at the end. You never know. If it's not season 2, you can call us out and we'll see if you actually listen this far. To see who listened this far.
Yeah. Let's see. Wanted to say shout out to, oh nuts, I'm on my single player server. I'm just messing around with stuff. I'm not on the official server at the moment, but I know we had a couple, maybe a few new people join the tribe. So we had Drew join the tribe. We had Big Chicken join the tribe. I think those are the two we had. So
Yep, I think those are the two ones.
shout out to them. Glad to have you guys. We love, cherish, and appreciate all tribe members, current, former, and future. So thank you. Welcome to the show. They've got some sweet builds going on, so I'm excited to see, how they finish that, what it's going to look like, because they both said they like to build. So with the holidays, people haven't been on as much. That's totally cool, but I'm excited to see what it looks like when they get back on to finish it.
Yeah, I think that'll be very interesting as I'm not a builder myself and I build something pretty decent. If people are builders, I'm assuming they can build something really nice.
Heck yeah. Um, let's see. Community involvement questions. I have been really, really slacking about answering those. So, for the sake of everybody's life, because this is going to be an uncut episode, I'm not going through to take out all of my So it is not going to be something I'm going to go back into this week because I'm a great big slacker. But next week, I plan to come back with a vengeance for all the ones that I have not gotten to yet. So now's your chance. Go back, answer the polls, answer the community questions, get involved. And maybe we will talk about your answer next week on the podcast when I catch everybody up.
Yeah. So, kind of the last thing that I wanted to say was that I want you to know this should be our first official episode with ads, right?
Yeah, there should be an ad smushed in here somewhere. I don't know where I'm going to stick it. There's this cute little algorithm that will tell me what I'm supposed to do and where I'm supposed to put it. So we'll see where they tell me to stick it, but I'm sure you've heard it already at this point. So, hey, we did it, folks. We got a sponsor. Look at us go. Couldn't do it without you. I think that's all I've got. Don't know about you, bud.
Yeah, I'll kind of wrap it up, at least from my point here, is thank you all for an amazing 2023 yet again, and continue your great support. Thank you guys for listening this long. We appreciate you.
100%. Thank you very much. We look forward to continuing to provide content, and we look forward to hopefully you guys enjoying to consume it. So here's a cheers from me to you for 2024. Thank you very much, folks, and I hope you guys have a fantastic introduction to the new year. See you next week.
See you next week.
And boop.